Okay, so we got a lot of talk about RVSN, so I want to go into analyze the charts, see what's going on with this company, and see, can this keep going up? Should we get a pullback? And if you guys watched my videos before, you can kind of understand what I look for. But just for the new people that are coming in the channel, I appreciate you coming in. Give this video a like, subscribe, comment. I love to give you guys realistic advice on what algos do to the market because that's the only thing I really care about. It's not really the bias. The chart gives us the blueprint. That tells us the story, and that is how we can best interpret. There's other factors like, yes, you have the fundamental analysis, any upcoming catalysts, and all that. But with this chart, what I've noticed, the biggest movers are going to be the ones that consolidate for a very long time and they have very low volume. Because when you have low volume and you get up into the millions, when I say low volume, in my personal opinion, I say anything less than 300,000. And that's what we really had for a very long time. We've had 300 here, 284, sometimes we get above 500, but in the general average grand scheme of things, this thing doesn't have over a million volume consistently. And so it kind of catches the market off surprise. And then look at for long periods of consolidation. All throughout here, you can see that had this low here, and we just kept consolidating all throughout in this area, right? It's been a very, very long time. And then this candle right here would be that breakout of that candle. So from 927 all the way up until 12. So we've been consolidating for a couple months there on the daily candles. But what I'm looking for, and now that we're finally getting the bullish momentum, it's really hard to predict before that happens, to be honest. You will get burned many times if you try to be like, okay, I think this is the company that does a 1000x, and then it just keeps going down and down, or it just bores you to death, and then where you just can't take it anymore, right? But right up in here, it goes up massive. So in my theory, this is how I always look to play these plays. Whenever you see a candle touch this ATR4, that's when you look to get in on the early trend. This is how you can you just happen to get lucky, right? And then you think this is going to be the big mover. Once you start to see activity, momentum, this thing had 17 million volume. I don't think, that is a surprise. Someone knows something. And so what happens is we look for a touch of the ATR4. This is a sell zone. This is my top Keltner channel. If you're in the Discord, you have my settings. It's very affordable to come in. It's literally $12 a month, and you get swing trades and day trades that have an over 90% win ratio if you do exactly how the system works. But this is an indicator of momentum. That means we've had massive volume coming in. We hit this upper band, and it's just very predictable. We're going to reject up on this. So what I do is I look for the EMA 5 to be the very top, EMA 10 and 20 to, kind of be at the bottom. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. This area right in here is your area to get in. So we go from all the way up here to 77 cents. We pull back and we go all the way to 44 cents. So I would get in on the EMA 5 and the EMA 10. So my range is 44 all the way to 43 cents. And then I'll always look for a conservative gain because I don't know exactly what the market's going to do. We can't know exactly for certain what's going to happen. So I look for that conservative 10% pop. And then I hold my shares at break even. So I tell you guys what I do is I sell 90% of my shares at 10%. Then I hold that 10% at break even for a move something like this. Okay. Obviously, this isn't a massive uptrend now. But that's how I always say you want to try to get in early. From this entry point with my system, you get in right up in here and you make a 500% move. That's from the very top. Obviously, would you have held it all the way there? Probably not with a big position. You would probably have been scaling out, and I highly recommend because I've seen plays go like this. They hit this upper ATR4, they go down, make a bounce like this, or they go down and retest the lows or make new lows, or they could do something like this where they hit this and then they go down. So you see like the kind of the stressful thing in this. You don't know exactly, so you want to take the gains. But I will say this. Look at this. So price is at this upper band, right? We have some time distance. We know price will hit this EMA 5 in a very short amount of time. This EMA 5 is your very top band here. So we know price is going to come back to it. If it don't come back to it in 5 days, that's long. So in my opinion, if I'm getting back into this again, this definitely is showing bands looking like this. That means that they're the more spread out the bands are, the bigger the uptrend. That means, like, look at the distance from here to here. This is a 26% drop from the 5 to 10. These bands are pretty strong. If it hits this 5, it's going to act as support, and that's kind of what you see here. We come down to the 5, and we start shooting back up. It doesn't have to be exact, but what I'm looking to buy in is the 5. I'm going to buy in right at the 5 because I don't see that price is going to come back down here. Just like in this scenario here. You get in the early uptrend, you come in and you suspect these bands to act as the trampoline because this is the first time we've ever broke through this EMA 50, right? We can break it, but we come crashing down and we stay below it. We hit the 50, reject, 50, reject. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like we hit the 50, reject, 50, reject. This is literally the first time in the chart where we have a body of a candle above the 50 for multiple days, and now the 50 is at the bottom, acting as strong support. So in my opinion, I'm going to get in at the 5 and the 10. A lot of eyes are on this. It has lots of volume. I just don't see this crashing down for no reason. I see this coming down to these areas of support or of interest, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. At the current price, it's at 159 for the EMA 5. We got really close to it. You can look at a smaller time frame, like the 15-minute. You can see price, even right in here at the pre-market. We went tumbling down to 143, and then we came one here at 167. Had these nice little spikes, which are really nice, right? This was holy moly, that was a 50% gain on the 15-minute chart there. Yeah, this is insane. Look at that. Nice 50% gain on the intraday chart. But that's really what I'm looking for, okay, guys? I'm looking for that bounce. We obviously have massive momentum. Like, even on the smaller time frame, if you're looking at price hitting this upper band, don't ever use that as an area to buy. Price is going to come back to the reversion of the mean, which is your areas of interest at the 5, 10, and 20. So we have a daily looking chart that's super bullish. Anyone that says this is bearish don't understand how these moving averages work. We hit the upper band, we reject, and we come back to the EMAs for a new high potential. So, and that's all it really is. Now, with this strategy, I've seen it, it works easily 8 out of 10 times. Yes, there's going to be a time where they can have very bad news and then it just plummets all the way through the EMAs. And that's why, what is my backup? What is my plan B? Let's just say they have something bizarre happens. I don't see it happening, but I got to have a plan. I got to have a plan coming into this stock, which I do. I'm buying at the 5 and the 10. That's my plan. I'm going to have, if I have $5,000, I'm putting $2,000 in on the 5 and I'm putting $3,000 on the 10. But what if we just break through these EMAs, right? What if we just have a weird fat candle down that goes all the way down here? So me personally, my stop is my stop would be easily if a daily candle will close below this 20. But as like I said in time though, yes, it looks like a big percentage loss if that happens because look at this. This is a 50% drop or 47% drop to the EMA 20. I'm not buying way up in here. I know that price can't be sustained up in here. So I'm getting very close to what is a very good area. Like, for example, like right in here, I think this is going to be support on the top of this candle. We break out of this candle, we come back, which is near the 5 and the 10. So all this is an area of influence. So yes, have a game plan. Obviously, these are lower price stocks, so you're not going to throw your whole bankroll on it. So if you do happen to lose, you're not going to be like, oh wow, I lost everything on one trade. But like I said, 8 out of 10 times trading momentum stocks, yes, they're very risky, but this is the best way to do it because you are waiting for the pullback, the dip, the people to sell their shares, and then you are the new bull, okay? Just like this scenario here, right? It goes up big, let the retail traders buy up at the top. We smart bulls buy at the area of influence or the trampoline effect, which is the EMAs. So, but yeah, only do this strategy is if you hit this upper band. You see the EMAs very spread out. That means it's just super bullish. It just means like this probably won't just break right through. It's going to be very hard. That's very, very, very strong support. And this has been consolidating for a very long time. So it just makes me wonder, we are due. The last time we did a big move, look at this big move. We went from $1 all the way to 23. I think we could do something like this. And you see how the same pattern happens here. You see how you had this big move up, you come tumbling down to the EMA 5, which is right up in here. And then you make that next big leg up. Now, and then you see we come down to the 5, we make the next big up, and then you can see how it gets kind of weak. When you see this kind of pattern consolidating, then you need to be aware because it can do this where it just goes tumbling down, okay? Me personally, I'm loving the 5 and the 10 bounce. You get those really consistently, and it just works a lot. Now, do you keep playing them? No. Once I get this EMA 5 bounce, I'm satisfied, okay? And then once I get the 10 bounce, I'm satisfied. I'll probably just let it go because looking at the past history of this chart, it just went plummeting down. You know, it went to like $23 and it went all the way back to pennies, okay? So it can go right through it. But I think this 5, we're going to get the bounce, and then the 10, we're going to get bounce. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, click the link down below in the YouTube comments below, and in the description it'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts system. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. When you do join, all you have to do is hit day trade alerts if you want to be a part of a community with a very low price that gives you access to education resources, access to live alerts, and a community and one-on-one coaching whenever you need it with live streams. It's only $12 a month if you hit this day trade alerts, and that gives you access to swing trades and day trades of ideas sent to your phone. It's not meant to be a signal, but I do tell you exactly what I'm looking to do. And then you can kind of evaluate on your own, like, okay, I see why. Because the purpose of this is to show you why I like trades using one of the best technical analysis skills that makes trading very simple but works. My favorite strategy is day trading. I think that's why I say if you do join, make sure you click the day trade alerts. You're going to love my day trading strategy much more. I look at the indexes like SPY, QQQ, IWM, and I day trade those by selling credit spreads. I get money every day being a seller of options, and I make consistent money. I can for sure say this is how much I'm going to make, $500 a day. Here's my max loss, and it has over easily 90% win ratio because as a seller you make more, and I have a very unique strategy that I want to show you. So click the day trade alerts. If you hit server shop, you'll see up in here the 2 memberships, and if that just is too much, you can just hit swing trade alerts, and it's $6 a month. It's just up to you. Obviously swing trades are going to be a little less boring sometimes. Some of my trades, they take a week. Sometimes they could take a couple days. You just know sometimes they work instantly. But hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, comment. If you subscribe, do it on your desktop because you'll avoid the iOS fee or your computer, and it'll be just $12 a month. It will never go up in price. It'll be the same. Cancel anytime if you don't like it. But I'm going to work my butt off to make sure you're profitable because trading is hard, and using a system that works is going to be the best. So, but also, if you do have an Android, make sure you do subscribe on your computer if you have an Android because it won't let you do mobile subscriptions. But you can do it on your phone browser like Google or Safari. Just read how to subscribe here, and it'll show you guys the whole layout. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.